Hello again, people. Right, let's see if we can get another video finished while I'm on a bit of a roll, as it were. Had a few disasters in the week and gave up. So after about 5 or 6 video attempts, a lot of time wasted by me. You didn't get a video uploaded. We've done one a short while ago. We're going to see if we can do another one. So this one is all about the bars and candles. It's important. Apologies if you can hear that noise. It's a fan going on one of my laptops here, not this one, but the one I use next door to it. So yeah, we're on about. Well, it's important, I think, to understand what virtually every candle is telling you and every RSI histo bar is telling you, because I know when I post these stock charts, and I post a collection maybe of 4 from the monthly to the weekly, and then I tell you that they're all looking aligned and it looks fantastic. Well, what do I actually mean? Well, I do try and explain on the individual charts, but it might not be clear to you initially. So for the RSI histo to be aligned on the high time frames, really and truthfully, all I need to see is that it is green on the monthly, say for example. Because obviously, if we've got a 3 candle reversal with a pullback or a bust, pullback, break and close, that on a monthly chart could take 3 or 4 months to perform the correct uh, move, as it were. So what we want to see really, first thing I'm looking for with any trade is that I can join a trend line, and this is why it amazes me that certain people on certain huge, great big YouTube sites and trading sites and stuff do not use trend lines. In my opinion, it's lunacy not to use them, but that's just my opinion. Especially when you put the line charts on there. So if you follow me, you'll understand the importance of drawing them correctly, in my opinion, and how they help your decision in what direction to trade. So I'm looking for, I'm looking for just a bullish bias on the highest time frames, and I certainly don't want to be trading long against a bearish bias, the red bar. So what I meant earlier in this video was that be aware when you get a change from, say for example, um, a big green bar quickly to a small, not that one, but a small red bar. There isn't one. Here's one actually. A big red bar, tiny, big green bar, tiny red bar, and price looks like it's potentially going to collapse. So this one for longs is instantly discarded. There are much better looking charts than this based on the weekly chart. Sorry if I said monthly earlier, this is a weekly chart. But what we can do is we know now we want to be looking for long. So based on this, we're going to just disregard this one. It isn't ready to trade yet. You know, these are all charts that I've found via Smith. Smith. I'm getting my blinking teeth. I need them stuck back in. Apologies. Twitter, FinTwit. Uh, what I do, that's a different subject, but quickly, what I do is look for good looking charts, then I put them into FinTwit, and you can find a bunch of other traders looking at a bunch of potentially good charts. And if they are looking at a similar chart to you, it's highly likely that they are probably looking at their setups in a similar way to you. If you just go randomly on Twitter and look for someone that's got 1,000 or 5,000 followers, and he said, "Look at this, look at that," and you look at the chart, and it's just so wrong it doesn't even bear thinking about. But having said that, it is a learning curve, and I had to chuckle to myself yesterday. A lot of uh, stock traders, unlike forex traders, or most of the forex traders I know, they pile in with partial orders right down at the bottom, hoping that it'll turn. So there's no precision required. That doesn't mean they're not good traders. They're great traders. In fact, they're far better traders than I think I am, because they have the conviction of piling in at the lowest point, at the reversal point, and then adding a bit, and adding a bit, and adding a bit, and adding a bit. It goes off, and then I've seen them take off portions of their trades, the earliest part as well, and allow the rest to run and then take off some more and so on and so forth. Not sure whether, I haven't done the calculations, whether it's better than just waiting for a precision trade like we do, or I do, and hopefully some of you do, and then just piling in and taking whatever to the next resistance level. Anyway, I've digressed slightly because I've got one eye on ETH that I'm expecting potentially yeah, we're looking at a 3 candle reversal short with an H1 chart at the moment. That if that pings during our video, then all it will do is tell me H1 is 3CR down, and then I've got a potential to wait for the pullback, go to the lower time frame, make sure the alert's set for shorts on that, and then wait for the new ping to the downside. Anyway, I do apologise, I've digressed again. So on this weekly, let's go to the monthly chart on this particular pair. So we can clearly see the monthly took off. But if let's pretend this lot isn't actually here, and we are observing ourselves on a support level here, massive support. Resistance has acted as support. We can clearly see that. That's easy. You know, it's so easy to see this stuff once you become familiar with it. Then what are we doing? Well, we're waiting for the first, let's go over here and use this as an example. We're waiting for the first sign, not necessarily a sign to trade, but the first sign on this chart here, here, or here, that it might have changed direction. And it's so easy, and this is the point of this particular video, to see that, because the RSI will not necessarily have given us a trade trigger, i.e. a break of the 20 level. Simon's vol bomb, this situation here where well, it's not technically oversold, but it would be on another pair, on another time frame, the lower time frame, and then a big change from red to green, and look what happens. That bar has changed to green, then we've had a pullback, then a continuation. What that will be is a lower time frame perfect setup. So it'll be no doubt a perfect setup on the weekly. That's the point of this video I'm trying to make, is that you don't have to have the 3 criteria to actually take a trade on a monthly chart to actually find valid trades. And the same goes for if this was a weekly, we'd find a valid daily. If this was a H4, we'd probably find a valid H1. If this was an H1, we'd probably find a valid 15-minute, and so on and so forth. If this was a 30-minute, we'd probably find a valid 5-minute trend. You don't know what, if you looked at this on multiple time frames without having this on there, you wouldn't know what time frame you were on. And that is the whole point. You know, think about that for a moment. The fractal nature of charts means that, you know, you can't tell. A guy that said to me the other day, or a long time ago, trends only happen on the higher time frames. What a load of BS. You know, they're everywhere on the tick charts, the minute charts, second charts, whatever you want to call it. So back to the point of this. If we are here, let's have a look at this as an example. We're here, we're red. We know we're at support. We know we want to see a sign of bullishness. So what's the first sign of bullishness on this particular time frame? Well, it is a change from red to green. Clearly, I know we can say, oh, hindsight is a brilliant thing, but you know, it happens. This is why I suggest every time we use, when you're waiting for a chart to set up, just look over here, see what happened. Oh, it changed from red to green. Oh, we had a 3-candle reversal. That's an engulfing one. Oh, if we drop down the lower time frames, price will probably take off, and it did. So here it's gone from red to green, there red, green, here green bar, but it's nothing. It isn't a break, it isn't engulfing 3CR, it's just bullishness. But bullishness on a monthly bar, it's taken 30 days to get to that stage, is a very, very high probability chance we're going to get a move of some sort. So, sorry, I'm changing from MT4 to TV, trading view, or whatever. It isn't the easiest thing to do. whilst making videos. So here we are. We had a 3 candle reversal there. Uh, Penultimate low, ultimate low, new candle. Finally, it breaks up and closes. Uh, no momentum on that one, notice, which is something I wanted to mention. Don't mention enough. We've got the downtrend situation there. Talk about these trend reversals. Every trade looks the same. It does. The minute you can connect a low and higher high and the song low, high, higher, low, higher, high, we're good to consider this correct. There it is there on the line chart. Low, high, higher, low. The minute that high is broken there, you can see what's happened. That's the 3CR. So we don't have to take the trade based on this this time frame. You just then drop to the new time frame. So we've gone from red to green on the weekly. We've got that 3CR we talked about, and sorry, getting all my bits and pieces mixed up. We need to move to the new bar because that isn't a confirmed green bar until it closes. Then we drop down the new time frame, and you'll start to see this time frame pile in with the correct combination of rsihisto bars. I would think, I haven't checked it all, you can see it's not even in the history at the moment, but it's filling the data. Then remember, we've moved to the new bar, and we can see what's going on. We have actually had, during that 3 candle or that weekly 3 bar move and the momentum, which that's the weekly bar there that's closed, we can see we've had a bust, and it's a classic one as well. Lovely, no fake signals. We've had the bust below the zero, then we've had the bust up, then we've had the pullback, and we had the break and close. And I don't mention this often either. Look over here, and look what happens when you put your mouse on the RSI histo. It tells you the height, 1236. Okay, 1236. That one there is 683, and this one is 1367. So it tells us we've clearly broken that one at 1236, 1367. That was the bust up on this on the weekly bar. Now, if you'd have entered here, you would have entered on a red weekly bar because it hadn't closed yet. It didn't close until here, and this is the new daily bar. So what you would have been doing would have been okay to trade it. You're just trading an H4 and a daily chart, really. And the weekly chart is just in no man's land. The true or the proper trade, but remember, I'm a scalper, I'm only looking for 5 pips. These 5 or 10 pips, these moves are massive. But all I'm trying to put across to you with this video is that the higher time frame doesn't have to be a valid signal, as long as it is just in the direction of your trend lines. And you can clearly see why these trend lines were drawn now on this time frame, because we've got the low, high, high, low, higher, high formation going on, and this isn't a valid touch point until this high is broken by price here, and so on and so forth. This isn't a valid touch point until this high is, but you can see it's validated by all of these anyway. So when you're here wondering where this might go, this is probably the touch point. Plus, remember, you've got old resistance, true resistance that's created lower lows on the far left hand side. This stuff here is minor resistance, which is why when you're entering a trade. And another thing I don't often talk about is when I was taught this stuff, if we were entering here, if we got a valid signal here, you could enter, say, 2 trades or 5 trades and split it up massively, but enter 2 and first take profit here, move your stop to break even, and let the other trade run past the minor resistance to the major resistance on the left hand side. So you've already busted the resistance here. You've got clear air to this level here. As a scalper, I'm always aware that these levels here will cause me a problem too, because they are support levels, minor support because they didn't create higher highs. That will act as resistance, which is exactly what happened in this point here. And remember, I didn't preempt this chart. You know, could have picked any one of these and described all of these situations on it. Look what happened when it passed that minor resistance, got past that major resistance on that side, tested this old support here as resistance, and then finally continued up to the major resistance and beyond. So, you know, this is why the line charts give us such a clear idea of where price could go to and could potentially have a stopping point. You know, and that's, you can re-enter trades based on all of this stuff. You know, much the same as I'm watching ETH USD. You know, I put a runner on there just for giggles and kicks. It got taken, stopped out, as it nearly always does. I hate runners, to be honest with you. But what it does do is, you know, you've got a downtrend in place today on, you know, I know I'm not showing you the chart, but it's not open here, it's too much of a fag to do. That you can enter with a full position when you get the right signal again. So you've already decided the currency pair, in this case ETH USD, is short, and no reason it won't continue short. These stop outs are just the games that the algos play, and I talk about algos because it is, you know, quite frankly, how many traders are going to be working on cryptos at midnight on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning on all those days? If that doesn't prove to you that algos are running these markets more than human beings now, nothing ever will, you know? I've known it for ages, but that just to find that you could get up at I don't know, 1 o'clock on Christmas Day and see the markets moving massively on these cryptos, it suggests to me that the computers are giving it large. Anyway, I've gone off topic a little bit, but hopefully this video has given you food for thought. The higher time frame just needs to turn green, like on on an hourly chart. You can use this, an hourly new green bar with a connecting uptrend gives you the indication that a 30-minute or 15-minute might have a perfectly valid entry on it, and that is what I mean by getting all your time frames aligned. You know, we always want to be trading with the longest trend. With stocks, it has absolutely blown my mind, because stocks really, I think when the buyers pile in, they really pile in, as opposed to Forex is just like a game, and it is a more of, if you want to use the expression, I don't like it, but gambling, but with the deck loaded in our favour because of all the different technical things that we can use these days. But stocks, I don't want to be shorting stocks. It just doesn't seem right, to be honest with you. I might do it when I'm more familiar with them. I've spent 17 years studying charts with Forex. I've just noticed that it transmutes to stocks fantastically, better than I'd ever dreamed of, to be honest with you. And I think stocks is a far easier thing to do, to be honest with you, um, if all you're doing is looking for longs, because you've halved the amount of work you've got. You've got thousands extra pairs you can look at and thousands of reasons to trade them. You know, fundamental, strong fundamental reasons, unlike Forex where I couldn't give a hoot about fundamentals, apart from strong news, avoiding strong news. But then you've got, you know, you've got the ability to look at 1,000 or look at 100 in a day, flick through them in seconds and discount them just because the RSI histo is not looking right. You know, this is again another one. Totally, I've probably looked at it for a total of 5 or 6 minutes this morning, for whatever reason, and discounted it straight away. Sorry for this. That didn't work very well, did it? I wonder if we can go back, get it to the point where, oops, apologies, it's because I don't understand or haven't got familiarity with the platform. There we go. There. So, you know, we can look at these things instantly and decide whether we want to get involved. And this one on a monthly chart, we could see it's bullish. That would be why it's on my list, to be honest with you. Yeah, great. This one looks great to the long side. Let's have a look at the weekly. Weekly, we're pulling back, so instantly that one is on the back burner. And what I've started to do now is build up a spreadsheet. I know I can put extra watch lists on this when I decide to go for the paid package, and I'm looking forward to that. So this one's discounted straight away. We'll have a quick look at the daily and see what that's telling us. Daily tells us also it's way, well, we've turned bullish actually. So we are in this situation here where we can draw that. No 3-candle reversal, long way to go for a 3-candle reversal. Yeah, that's got to be on the back burner, but it's a great potential. So easy to see these things. Wait to see when the earnings report comes out. When's that? Oh, it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday anyway. Did that say March? February, yeah. Yeah, so earnings yesterday, hence probably this boost up. Let's have a look at the 4-hour, see what that's telling us. I know I've digressed. Hopefully this will save this video. TradingView seems to be a lot better at compressing the videos for me than the other. 3-candle reversal engulfing, pullback. This is probably going to go up, to be honest with you. I'll be watching this on the lower time frames. Once this pulls back up, we will be green here, and then this, you know, goes to my whole point of this video. We could look at the hourly, and we can then start to see, you know, we've had a boost, a bust up. We're having a pullback. A break and close with momentum will mean that we are correct on this particular pair. The descending trend line clearly been broken. Here it is here. You can tighten that up. Clearly been broken by the new trend up. Low, high, high, low, high, high. Once this breaks this level here, we can then draw, well, a new valid ascending trend line, which would be something like that. But the current valid ascending trend line is there, because that's the higher high. There's the low, high, higher, low, higher, high. Well, technically this didn't pull back, so but it's not clear, and it doesn't matter until this point here is broken, and I would want to see that broken as well by price. Then, and here's another point I don't mention enough but should do, this downtrend is broken by the new uptrend, then we'd expect a pullback, then a continuation. We'd have our 3-candle reversal here. We're not worried about this so much because this is the valid reversal here. The reversal is the powerful part of the trend. I don't mention that enough. Then when we've broken this, that will be a 3-candle reversal on the 4-hour chart, and you'll have your valid trigger, preferably with something like this: a push up, pull back, break and close above the 20 level, that green dotted line with momentum, and as you can see, that's where price goes. And as I've said many times, you know, while you're waiting for these, just check things like this and think, oh yeah, that's exactly what I've just explained to you on the previous time frame. That's the problem area. That is the area we must break and close through, and price absolutely explodes. Same here, and the RSI will validate that, corroborate it, whatever word you want to use. And, you know, so the charts tell you what you should be waiting for. You've got your rules. You know, there's over 700 other videos here. There's plenty to look at and inwardly digest, and just take your time. That's all there is to it. So using the higher time frames, red to green, is enough to get you into lower time frame, perfectly valid trades. So, a bit longer than I expected to, jumped through a few subjects, but get it all done in one video, then I haven't got to feel guilty about not producing another one. Thanks for watching. Have a great Saturday afternoon. I'm off out with the dog in the sunshine.